What's going on, gamers? It's Bryson with Good Game Media Podcast, and I'm joined by my co-host, Sean.
Sean from Good Game Media as well.
Sean Boyo.
What's
And
good?
today we've got only a couple topics. It's pretty light week in gaming. Not too much crazy. We'll start off with the Bethesda news. I'm sure everyone's already heard about it. We're a little late to it because our tier list video took way longer than expected. We were hoping to talk about other topics during the Call of Duty tier list video, but alas, we are here now. But Bethesda officially announced that they were uh, making a remaster for Fallout 3 and making a remaster for Fallout New Vegas, and that they're also best friends with Oblivion again, right?
Obsidian.
Obsidian. Yeah, I'm thinking of the fucking game. Yeah, Obsidian. I don't know. Yeah, they're best friends now, and they have to play nice. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Fallout didn't the Fallout 3 remaster get like data mined or something like that? Like we kind of already knew it existed. It was like the new.
Back when season 2 of the Fallout show was still getting new episodes, they were data mine, or I think it was well before that even.
Yeah, I
I
thought
think it was
so.
like it was almost it was months ago. It got leaked that or has it been a year?
I thought it's been no,
No, it hasn't been
it's
that
been months.
long.
I don't think it's been a full year.
I don't. Okay, I don't know exactly the time frame, but I know a while ago, or a decent bit of time ago, it did get leaked that they were working on a Fallout 3 remake, but I do not believe there was any information on a Fallout New Vegas remake.
Yeah,
That was kind of just an expected with the season 2
that's
with season 2 being in
yeah.
New Vegas. They thought, oh, they're gonna drop they have to drop it. And I was definitely one of those believers that they were going to drop a Fallout New Vegas
Well,
remaster at the end of the show,
the
but
thing that
they
got
never
people
did.
going about that was that they dropped the Oblivion remaster like pretty much out of nowhere. There was no advertisement. They shadow dropped that. Like it was insane. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was there was a lot of like I mean it's just like fan speculation and stuff, but there was a lot of stuff that like they posted and said before the Oblivion remaster post or like came out.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a lot of that same. I forget exactly what it was, but it was just stuff that they were posting and talking about, and it was pretty much the same thing for the Fallout 3 remaster. Where like they're doing the exact same tactic they did before. They're 100% coming out with a remaster for 3 at least. But yeah, New Vegas was the one that people were like, I don't know if we're gonna get one or not because nothing was officially said even about the Fallout 3 one. It was just like data leaks and stuff like that.
I was a big believer that it was going to happen because of in Fallout 76 there were a lot of assets and like a lot of items from New Vegas that they must have redone because the only assets that they had of those were from New Vegas, so they
Yeah.
must have redid the assets or upgraded them in some capacity. And my way of thinking was that there was no way they went back and redid all of those assets
For no
to just
reason.
just to put them into 76 for the
Yeah.
item shop. I'm like, that is such a stab in the heart to fans, and I feel like it's also just a big kick in the balls too. It's like, oh, you want a New Vegas remaster? We've heard you like constantly ask for it. What if we just put a bunch of the assets inside of inside of 76 so you guys can come back and play that? And it's just a, I don't know,
I mean,
it was just a big
yeah. I mean, to be fair though, like, what else are they making
big
money
issue.
on other than like their 7 remasters of Skyrim and Fallout 4 or 7 anniversary editions? So it's like if they get more attention on 76 and get people playing it and spending money, then it's more money towards whatever the next bullshit they're making.
I think they're also taking. I think they're taking a small cut from ESO.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know ZeniMax is the main ones that are
Mhm.
taking that, but I'm unsure if I think ZeniMax is the overarching thing, or if I think that might have been. I'm not sure what the case is because with Bethesda and ZeniMax, because I believe ZeniMax gave money initially to Bethesda, and then they initially owned them, and then there was some other lore stuff that happened, and I don't know. They're together working
Yeah.
again, and they're working on ESO. I don't know if they're taking any, if they're getting any money from that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they
Either
are,
way, it's
they're
going
getting
to a
money from
good
that too.
place because like I love Fallout 3 and I love New Vegas and I do think I'm very much a person who believes in playing the original unless it's actually unplayable, there's no reason you can't play the original. Like I've played New Vegas and Fallout 3 so many times, but I will admit they do deserve remasters cuz those Fallout 3 specifically, there's a lot of features and shit that are just like it's just outdated. Same thing with New Vegas. I mean, that game is so broken and buggy sometimes and it just never got fixed, which is fine. You can still play the game, but like I'm very anti remaster, but I think these games deserve it and I think they'll do a good job. I hope they do an
I
Oblivion remaster type thing where they keep it pretty like accurate to the original
they keep
concept.
it. Yes,
I
yes.
hope they don't just Fallout 4ify the games cuz that would
I
upset me.
I hope they keep it to the original. Redo some of the initial, like give it a facelift.
Yeah.
Don't really like screw with the main game.
Make it more
But
functional and just make it more modern, but don't make it Fallout 4 because I'm sick of playing Fallout 4. Not that Fallout 4 is bad, but Fallout 4 New Vegas or not New Vegas, 76 are the same game, just different settings.
is a is Obsidian taking over the Fallout New Vegas remaster?
I would hope
Or is
because I
it
feel
going
like
to the same people that did the Oblivion remaster?
I don't know honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I just heard that the remasters were announced. I didn't hear anything about who was making them or who was the
I
leads
I
behind it.
really hope that it's the same people, because Fallout 3 and New Vegas, if they got the facelift that Oblivion got.
Oh, it'd be perfect. Yeah, because like I said, I love Fallout 3, but like
Oh, and I
that
don't have
game's
to mod
old,
my
bro.
and I don't have to rip start my New Vegas every time I want to
Yeah.
play it because of the 400 conflicting
Yeah,
mods.
like I said, you can go back and play them and it's fine, but there's issues. Like I mean, I remember when I first got a laptop that could run New Vegas and Fallout 3. New Vegas ran okay. I mean, it crashed all the time, whatever. But Fallout 3, I literally had to download I had to download like a specific mod that would let me play it on the current Windows version I was on the Steam version, because it would not let you play. I think they changed it. I think you can do it regularly now. But I was like, I have to download shit from
Yeah, they had
Google
a
to
that
play
was
this video
insane.
game. Like I was like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Literally
um
inaccessible to my like 12-year-old self because I didn't know how the internet worked.
and then there's the talks about how they are indeed working on a Fallout 5, or it's
Yeah,
in at least pre-production, and then Elder Scrolls 6 is their main, that is their main go-to, what they're working on doing.
I'd
I
hope.
am a I hope that Starfield was a wake-up call for Bethesda, that they have to do better, and that they have to do more than just rely on the game design that they've had since the early 2000s. It is now 2026. As I feel like with the technology that we have and the understanding that we have and of game design nowadays, and on top of the new ideas that other games have come out with, I feel like Bethesda has the talent and the revenue, the money to actually, put a lot more effort into the
Yeah.
things that they're working on, a lot more innovation and creativity.
Mhm.
But Starfield had about maybe two like things that felt interesting. The actual space combat, I really
Oh,
liked
it was fun. It was really
the
good.
space
I enjoyed
combat,
it.
and being able to, or to have to make the choices between where I want to put power, either more to my engines or do I want to take
Yeah.
more and put it towards my weapons. That's a cool and fun gameplay mechanic. Granted, I feel like it kind of got figured out pretty quickly and it wasn't
Mhm.
very, in depth. But I feel like, just having the idea there was enough to show that Bethesda can do something. They have the capability of doing something.
Yeah.
I really do hope that Elder Scrolls 6, they give it the time and effort that it most definitely deserves. It's been what, 2011 was the first time that it came out. We're almost at a similar GTA 6 level of
Yeah.
waiting between
I
entries
I
in
think
the
this is
Elder
gonna be
Scrolls
Todd
series.
Howard's magnum opus. I think this is because I mean clearly I mean he's such a huge nerd and like the Elder Scrolls series is like his baby obviously and like um yeah, like he cares so much for it and I think him announcing Elder Scrolls way back when during that one thing where he like played like a like just it just showed Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever. And he said that was a bad idea, but I just think he was so excited to announce this game that he loves so much. And I mean not to speak for him, but I genuinely think that they're gonna I think the time that they've taken like how long it's been since the last Elder Scrolls game, I genuinely think they're gonna make something good. I mean, there's no way they don't. I feel like they've been sitting there simmering in their ideas and like testing stuff with like Starfield and 76 and games like that and just like seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like I don't know.
I'm
I have so much hope for this game. I don't think there's a
mm-hmm.
world where it's bad.
No, that it's it's not me. It's me having my concerns. Todd Howard has this. He has an ambition about him that you just have to, you just look at with a sense of like, it's like you just have to believe the guy because
Yeah.
he's got this positivity and hopefulness to him that makes you want to go with him. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's just like he overpromises something. 76.
Yeah.
He overpromised so much. Fallout 4, while good, I feel like it fell a little bit short in some areas. In
I agree.
It just fell short a little bit.
Yeah,
For and
he
it's
gets a
not me
little too
saying that
big for his
Fallout 4 is
britches.
bad. It's I'm not saying Fallout 4 is bad in any capacity, but my point is
It
like
has its
I
issues.
think that there's just some things about it that it's like it's good, but I feel like there's something more, and having that feeling can be good. Like it's sometimes better to want more than to feel like there was too much. But I feel like the Fallout games and the Elder Scrolls games, you want to feel like there is too much. These are the kind of games that you want to have this much choice. I think the Starfield choices that you get, being able to choose, things that your character's good at, things that your character's bad at, the character customization was completely in the direction that I expected Bethesda to be at. Everything else kind of felt a little short.
I'm with you. I really did like Starfield. I think I didn't. I honestly I only did one playthrough. I've been meaning to go back and play a little bit. I don't even think I finished the game, or like the main quest. But like I put at least like 30 to 40 hours into the game, enough to experience most of what it has to offer. Um, and yeah, I really did like the character customization and like the character just like world building. Like what's the one perk you can get where it's just like you live at home so you get like allowances from your mom and dad. Like that's fucking hilarious and you can like visit them
Oh
and
yeah, no,
shit.
no,
Like
and
that's
you can
so
actually
cool.
visit them and
That's so
talk to them.
cool to add to a
That
game
is
like this.
such,
It just
yeah,
adds more
it's
world building and more in-depth character like it makes me feel more
it,
connected to the game and like I'm in that
it,
world.
character expression, being able to express
Yeah.
what you want your character to be, who you want your character to be. At the same time, they did allow, I think, for you to be able to go down a lot of paths
Oh yeah, there's a lot of options
and
in that game.
become pretty high up in these paths. But there were some that you went along with. I think there was one where you could join like the what is the main hub of the world? my gosh, I can't remember.
You join
It's
like
like the
this.
major.
Yeah, you join like the fucking Marines or some shit. Like
Yeah, the like space army for them, the galactic
Warhammer
army. I
Space
don't know what the
Marine.
hell that they called it.
Yeah, I don't remember any
No,
of the faction names, but there was the
those
main. Yeah.
I will not tarnish the space marine name by putting it anywhere near that. That's
Um.
something I won't do.
Yeah, because there was the cowboy like old western like
Yeah, that
sheriffs that
planet
you
where you
could
could be. Yeah,
join.
you could be a sheriff.
Yeah, and
You
then
could
there's
be.
the
You
like
could be a
some
pirate. I think you could
yeah,
be a
I
pirate,
think I
which
think
is
you could
part of the
join the
choices in
pirates.
being one with the.
Yeah, which was like a big thing in '76 that I wanted was I remember Todd Howard, I remember the trailers, whatever, being like, you can be a raider, and you couldn't actually be a raider, like not legitimately, you know what I mean? For the first like I don't know how long, like there was raider quests, but the way that it like the faction system worked was not how it was explained or how I
You can be
perceived it.
both a settler and a raider,
Yeah, you could
and
be every
you
faction in
can
the
do both for
game.
them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean now it's different. Now it's like you kind of have to pick one or the other. Or like
No,
you
you
like
can
you'll
still no, you
you can
can do
still do
both.
both, but like I remember for like the Raider quest cuz I did the Raider stuff cuz I thought that was really fun where you like get all the gold bars or whatever in the like CIA secret bunker or whatever. If you
Hmm.
can decide who you share the supplies with or whatever, and if like you get different rewards based on it, and like you'll get treated differently depending on like whether you're playing the middle ground where you play both sides, or if you pick the Raiders or you pick the whatever. And but
Hmm.
like that did not come out at the beginning of the game, and I don't know. The faction stuff in Starfield was cool to a degree. Um, after
I
you
think
do the first like
the different religious groups were also really cool
yeah,
too.
there's a
I don't
lot of
know
good
if you
world
remember
building, but
those.
once you get once you get a certain amount of time put into the game, it kind of stops progressing. You know what I mean? Like you just stop getting new content. Obviously, I mean every game's like that, but like I don't know, it's so promising and big, and then it just kind of like falls off. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I think the thing that bothered me the most about Starfield was they really did this. They really pushed a lot for this being a
Mm-hmm.
space exploration, and then you get on some of these planets, you get on these moons, and there's nothing. And the point that the thing that they went to was that, well, it's not realistic. When you get on a moon, there's kind of nothing, or like some of these planets, they're not going to have hospitable cities. There's no aliens in this world
Mm-hmm.
that we're building and all that. I'm like, so you're making like a sci-fi, a sci-fi kind of, but like a sci-fi like world, maybe a little bit of fantasy there, but you leave almost nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
How can you do that? Like when I step on a moon and I decide to free roam on that planet, it's going to be procedurally generated, and there's just cliffs, there's no different foliage sometimes.
Yeah, and it's just
It's just
copy and paste
flat, and
prefabs
it's
and
just
stuff.
boring. The
Yeah.
difference is that in real life, if you're going on these moons, you're on a moon. You're in a different place. Where like you're physically there. Whereas in a video game, it's like wow, I'm on a different moon. Let's go to another. Oh, it looks the same. In
Yeah.
real life, it's different, and that's why like realism for me in video games has to be a fine line with what you're doing. Like these tactical shooters, there's still some semblance of it being a video game.
Mhm.
There's still some semblance that you're willing to forego. It's like, oh, that couldn't do that, or that
Yeah, a
couldn't do
good
that.
example of that is Ready or Not, where it's like it's very much like a very tactical, you got to play everything by the book, but there's a ranking system, and it's like, all right, this is a video game now where I'm trying to get the high score. I'm trying to be the best cop
Yeah,
there's ever been. There's video game
yeah.
aspects to it, but like the realism doesn't take away from the fun of the game. But like when you add realism to a fantasy game, it's just like, well, what's the point? I want to go explore these extravagant planets, and I know it's a lot to ask of Todd Howard to make cool planets that are random gen and like you can show up to them and like this wasn't this is different per player. But like I want to explore stuff. What's the point of exploring if it's the same thing over and over again and just like you get nothing from it? Like I will admit though, in Starfield, exploring the planets that were like meant to be in the game, like not just like the random ones that
Yeah,
that you could find.
they're very
No,
good.
very
They're
fun.
very
There was
they
like a
will yeah,
casino
they're pretty
hotel
good.
thing that I found on like some moon somewhere. And I
Oh
had
yeah,
so
yeah.
much fun exploring through that. It was
hmm
very fun. But then it's just like you go to a random gen moon and it's just like, all right, just walk
It
around.
feels like the quality significantly dropped
Yeah.
off, and I feel like they could have. I feel like like when I was experiencing, I'm like, really? I'm like, this is. I'm like, you guys can do better.
You gotta buy it in the creation club.
You know, I
Use your
had an
points.
experience of like I'm like, these people know better. These people have been working on games for how many years?
Yeah.
Let them flex that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Let them show off that experience. I feel like we missed. I feel like there were so many things that were left on the cutting room floor that I hear about from this game sometimes is like what they were thinking on, what they were working towards, and it just doesn't show up anywhere. And it just it just feels it just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, or like it gives me a sense of wonder of what else they could have done, and
Yeah.
it just
But
uh
I do truly want to believe though that Todd Howard has been the next Elder Scrolls game is going to be his magnum opus. It's going to be the game that he's put the most effort, time, and creativity
mhm,
into, and I think it's going to be everything that we've wanted from Bethesda in the last 10 years. You know what I mean? I truly think that's
mhm,
what we're gonna get. And if we get anything else, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
mhm.
Bethesda can only fuck around for so long. Like I keep seeing memes of like the like news reporter who goes to like workplace in North Korea and he's just like they're all at their computers. Nothing's open. Nothing's
Oh
open.
yeah, nothing's happening.
Nothing's
Nothing is
happening.
going
One
on.
guy has Google open. Nothing's
And
happening.
he thought of one
Like,
guy thought about doing something on Google, but the sheer idea of there being noise caused him to do nothing.
it's just like yeah, it's like Bethesda before the CEO of Xbox
Mhm.
started doing shit.
I really do hope that Bethesda took a lot of what happened in I really do hope that they took a lot of what happened with Starfield and they learned from it and they build from it. I believe they are a company that is capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they I don't think there's anybody in that office that is looking for that has any malice in their heart when they're doing something. I don't think Todd Howard is a liar by choice. I think sometimes he can just get really really overexcited
Yeah,
when talking about games and
that's
talking
yeah. I
about
feel the
things
same way.
that he starts getting a little too
He gets a little in over
excited
his
and
head
starts
because he's just
promising things
yeah.
that he can't.
Because
But it
he's
comes from
thinking
a
he's like,
place
what
of
can we
genuine
do? Yeah,
excitement.
exactly. He's like, what more can we do? And he
It
starts thinking, and then he starts listing things off, and he's like, oh, this would be awesome. This is like a great game idea. And then he's like,
yeah,
we
we should do
we
this, we
can't
should do
do
this, we
this,
should do this, and
we
then
can't do this
eventually,
right
yeah,
now.
eventually there's just too much,
Yeah.
and nothing ends up coming out of it. I think, again, I believe, Todd, uh, is, I believe Todd's capable of, uh, really, I think he's capable of putting out a good product. I
He's done it so many times.
think
I like
he's
almost every Bethesda game that's come out in the last like 15 years. Like I've truly maybe even 20, maybe even 20 if we're getting crazy. Um,
mm-hmm.
I genuinely think they make good games. I just feel like we've been kind of stagnant lately, and just like I don't know. I think, like I said, I think Elder Scrolls is gonna come out. It's gonna blow everything else out of the water. It's gonna be their GTA 6.
Yeah, so that's that's Todd being Todd though.
Yeah,
He he's always, I don't know. I again I know the dude's capable.
he was on the chess
He's
club.
very heavily capable of putting out a good product. He's very capable of developing something of substance.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I really am looking forward to what he's done, and I hope that he's learned from his past games, and keeps building forward.
Yeah, I agree. I got faith in the guy. I've never not had faith in
Mm-hmm.
him. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's just ambitious, and his ambition kicks him in the butt sometimes.
Sometimes clouds what he should and
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
say.
exactly. He just gets excited, which is fine. We all get excited and say stuff we probably shouldn't say.
I'd rather have someone like him at the helm,
Yeah, 100%.
where somebody that actually have that you can see the passion, and
Yeah.
sometimes he makes a mistake and says a thing or two that he shouldn't have, in terms of like, oh well, maybe he shouldn't have promised that, or
It's not the worst thing a
maybe
game
he
dev has
shouldn't
done.
have. Definitely not. Definitely not. He's definitely somebody that has just made a mistake or two in terms of over promises, but and you can tell it comes from a good place.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about stuff coming from a good place. Let's talk about Sony and all the good things they've been
Okay,
doing and all the great things they've been doing.
All right,
It
yeah,
gets even
so coming
worse,
from a
guys.
good place. There's not a single thing that Sony has done.
The Yakuza took over Sony. It's game over. They're getting rid of buttons. You don't get a controller anymore. You have to play with your mind. You have to get a Neuralink.
What Bryson's talking about is I saw a post or something in talking about. I'm not sure if it's actually real. Let me
Yeah,
just
I saw a
look
couple.
it
I
up
saw a couple
real
of
quick.
posts on like Google and stuff about it. I don't know how true it is, but
Oh yeah, there was a new Sony patent that shows the controller having no physical buttons, and the idea behind it, I guess, is they want players to be able to resize and be able to move buttons to where they want it, and be able to map out your controller the way you want it. But I think, in my mind, as somebody that's like, people that are gonna end up playing games, a little bit more competitively, what is the input delay on this?
yeah, I don't
Or like,
like
there's
it's gotta be
where's the
bad.
feedback? Where's the feedback? I
Yeah,
know there's a lot of players that really need feedback from their input devices in order to like understand or like map muscle memory
yeah.
to the actions
Feel the
that they
controller.
do.
It's the same thing as driving a car. You feel
Mm-hmm.
the steering wheel, the pedals. You get used to
And
doing it.
everybody's different in what they
Yeah,
need, but taking away a full, like, pressing a button, taking away that feedback.
yeah. That would be
I'm sure they're
weird.
probably going to do it something with the haptic feedback, like what they have with the triggers on the
Yeah,
controller, but it's just not the same.
yeah.
And there's going to be people that are going to like it. There's going to be people that are probably a little bit more excited. It's like, oh, this would be really cool, because then I could map this button to be this
It's kind of
size.
a
I don't
neat
use this.
idea. I thought
It
at
is,
first I thought it was
but it
stupid, but like
comes.
as long as it's not the mainline controller that's being sold with
Oh
PS5s,
no,
that's
it will.
then it's just
No, it'll
yeah,
be
then it's just
with the
like, well, I
PlayStation
mean, you
6s.
get
It
to
will be
choose to
for
buy
sure.
it, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a specialty thing. I think this is what they want to do with the next generation of controllers.
Okay, that's
That they
stupid.
think is.
If they were selling it as like a separate thing, like, hey, you can get this really cool controller if you really want to for $4 billion, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, because then it's just like you're not forcing the user to use
Mm-hmm.
something. You know, something as weird as that too. Like, there's nothing wrong with modern controllers for them to be like, we got to throw the whole idea out and do this fucking iPad that you hold in your hand to play your game. Like, okay, cool.
I don't know, man. Sometimes Sony does things on their own that like that I feel like people look at and they go, "Oh, this is such a cool this is the future. This is what they should be doing. This is what other companies should be doing." I'm like, "Really? This? I don't think so." And I think this is one of those new ideas that has gotten pushback, especially after the whole no no physical media. Now they're taking away physical
Yeah.
buttons.
It's just like, what do you want us to play? What do you want from us? Like, are you what are you selling us?
Yeah, obviously it's a strange thing to do, but I think there are some people that understand. It's like, hey, it's just a new idea. Let them like
Yeah,
come up with it's a new idea.
they're
Let
allowed to
them do their
experiment, but
thing.
like,
Listen, yeah.
if they
hmm
if they fuck around too much though, they're gonna find out. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah, no,
find
they
out.
will. And as of right now, they are indeed fucking around.
They took away physical media. They took away physical buttons. Next up, when you buy a $70 game, you don't get to play it. It's actually just a movie. It's actually just a $70 movie. It plays itself for you, so you can just sit back and relax. And yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do. I think Sony's genius. Another thing too that came out, I don't know how true this is, but I saw it also like added on to the like controller thing was it's like August 23rd to August 30th they're having like a blackout or some shit where like you won't be able to access online or something like that. It's like, bro, what? Bro, what?
Sony is going to end up at a point where they are no longer going to give you a physical like gaming console. You're not gonna get a physical gaming console.
What's
You're gonna
what
get
was
a
that
digital one.
what was that Google Stadia or whatever? That was like all digital games. You couldn't
Oh
download
yeah, no,
anything to it.
everything was cloud. Everything was cloud based.
Yeah. I don't know. Not a horrible idea, but not done good.
Look, I'm gonna be somebody that's just I'm not a cloud person. I'm just not a cloud. I don't like the idea of streaming my game and not having my game run directly on my
Yeah, because I mean,
device.
there's lag to it, and like if you're not getting the best connection, or say you live out in the boonies or some shit, it makes it a lot harder. Like I personally I use cloud gaming to honestly I really only use it to play Fortnite. Fortnite takes up too much storage for me to justify downloading it, but it's like I want to hop on and play a game or two every once in a while, or like check out the item shop. So it's just like it's perfect for it. And there is a delay, but the kids are so shit on Fortnite, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get in top 5 every single game no matter what. They can delay me as much as they want. So like I like the idea of streaming games, but just like in practicality it's not the greatest. It's kind of like this is a little off topic, but it's kind of like electric cars. Electric cars in a grand scheme of things is a cool and good idea, but it's not where they should be, and they're being pushed way too much for the technology that we have, and it's just not it's too early, and I think that's what it is with streaming, and is that it's too early to be a full streaming console, you know what I mean? And that's like a big downfall for the Stadia or Stadium, whatever the fuck they called it. And like
That and I think
streaming
you
just
also
isn't where it
needed a
should be.
subscription. That and I
Yeah,
think you needed a
yeah,
subscription,
you
and
did.
that's the main concern I have with um like moving to like streaming, because at that point game people like companies like Sony could indeed then state in reality for sure, to especially in the court of law, that you don't own anything
Yeah,
because you're paying it's like you're streaming the
you're renting
game.
these games
You're renting these
every
because
month.
you're streaming it.
Yeah,
No, it's streaming in no the streaming is in no difference to like streaming on a stream,
on
like
Netflix,
Disney Plus
oh
or
yeah, you
Netflix.
don't own those
And
movies, you're renting them for a month.
yeah, and at that point then it's becoming a lot more uh-oh.
Yeah.
It is a very big uh-oh.
Streaming streaming is convenient and nice, when it's not greedy and awful. You know what I
I
mean?
think
Streaming could be great. It's just I
yeah.
don't know. It's easy to get mixed up in the mumbo jumbo of money, and also, like I said, I just don't think the streaming technology for gaming is there yet. I
Uh
don't think it's as good as it should be, or at least as good as it can be in 5 years. So I think the push for cloud gaming, I think it's a fun, cool idea, especially for like my Xbox has a maximum of like 500 gigs, and it's like that's not a lot. That's not a lot, man. That's like three major AAA games and like a like Balatro. Like I don't know what you want from me, man. I gotta stream some of these games to play them. But
um
I also wouldn't use
there's
that feature if I had the storage. If I had the storage, I'd never fucking stream. I would be like, no, just, just let me download my games. It's stupid. But I'm
um
glad it's there and it's an
I
option.
I I think for mobile devices, it's a very good idea. So like the Steam Deck. I think what is it? Some of the Xbox Play Anywheres are good ideas, especially if you think about like if you are somebody that plays on the go
Yeah.
regularly, or you're somebody that in like if you go to like if you're somebody that commutes on a bus regularly, it's a very cool thing to have at your disposal that you're to stay connected to the games that you're playing
Yeah.
rather than like oh I can't like I have to wait till I get home. I have to wait till I get home. It's like it's something that you could pop out for like like 30 minutes or something. Do something small, play it like it's just got a different vibe to it for gaming
Yeah.
that I'm very pro towards, but I'm very hesitant that like companies will take it as like people buying these things like oh people want stream to be able to stream their games instead,
No,
and then they start taking
we
and
just
then they
like
start
the
taking and
option. It's
taking and
about
taking.
options. It's right
It's
back
about
to the
yes, it's
physical
options
media
and
thing.
choice.
Yes. It
It's
goes all right back to
having
physical
choice.
media.
It's everything comes back to giving players, gamers, giving just customers and consumers in general the ability to choose what it is that they do.
Yeah.
Giving people a choice, giving people as many choices as possible will bring in as many it will bring in a lot of people because there's so many choices in how they want to play.
Yeah, you're not
You'll
alienizing
have people that
anyone.
want to play different ways, and that is an amazing thing for gaming and for
Gaming,
an
yeah,
industry
gaming is for
for an
everyone.
industry in general.
Gaming is for
Mm-hmm.
everyone, and it should I love seeing the I when I go on like the Xbox store, I would like check out like if they have any sales on their fucking controllers or something, and I always see the controllers for people who have like physical handicaps or any sort of disability where they can't like hold a regular
Oh
controller,
yeah,
and
the
it's like
adaptive
that's
the
so
adaptive controllers.
yeah, adaptive controllers. That is so cool. I'm so glad that there's more avenues, but like when's Sony gonna take that away? When is Sony gonna make it so that
Well,
people?
Sony doesn't make it because they obviously don't care.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I don't know, man. It's one thing to not give us something that we didn't have, but it's one thing. It's another to take away something that we've had for years, and you're just like, yeah, you don't need this anymore. It's like, why? There was no issues with us having this. It's like, well, we don't want to give it to you anymore. It's just like, why? You gain nothing from all you're gonna do is lose from not giving this because we're gonna get pissed off.
Yeah, and then they tell gamers that they are entitled because they want to own the thing that they buy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When you pay out full price for a house, could you imagine if the government told you that you're renting that still, even though you paid out the full price for it? Oh, I mean, they already do that. Dude, that was such a dumb conversation.
Okay,
Dumb side
so
note.
for the people listening, I just cut out a whole section of us talking about taxes on homes and whether or not we truly own our cars. I'm gonna cut that whole section because it was actually such a brainlit conversation.
It was
Yeah,
the most brain dead conversation. Two people that don't actively
two young
pay for
adults
any
that don't know anything about the real world. Like I own a car, but I genuinely don't know how that shit works. It's in my name. I have two cars actually. They're both in my name, and I pay insurance, and I buy the sticker for it every year. But I don't I don't know what that means.
Yeah, and I don't work, and I've been unemployed the last 4 years going to college. I haven't paid tax. It's because I don't work.
Real trap shit. But back to the topic. Yeah, Sony is just going to get to the point where yeah, you don't own anything, and if they truly wanted to, they could just fucking they're repo reaper. They're gonna come take your PlayStation 5. Like,
Anyways, moving on. I think it just comes down to people like gaming used to be, in the early the reason why the early 2000s and 2010s were such a good time for gaming was because companies saw the amount of money that they could make, but they still didn't see them as companies still didn't look at gaming as a mainstream thing. It was still like a nerdy hobby.
I was just
and
about to
then
say that it's
it
become
was
very
still a nerdy thing to
mainstream.
do. It was like something. Yeah, no. Now that gaming alongside, and I feel like this could go for anime too, is that they've become so dependent on people getting obsessed
Yeah.
that they spend every single cent that they make on that IP. It's like they want you like One Piece, like people who watch One Piece. I don't think I've met someone that's watched One Piece and has been normal about One Piece. And what I mean by normal is like, oh yeah, no, I just watched the show and I really enjoy the show. I buy the manga here, like, and like, I read that way and I watch it. But then, like, I know there's some. It's like I buy posters, I buy statues, I buy T-shirts, I buy this, I buy that. My car is wrapped with Luffy. It's like it feels
I
like
don't mind buying merchandise, but like there is an extent to it. There is an extent to it. Wrapping your car in Monkey D. Luffy is nuts.
I think there becomes a point where, like, your obsession with the fandom, at a point is being manipulated. Your love is being manipulated to drain you for all the money that you have. And it's not to say that you can't be, you know, in love with the IP. But I think you have to understand that, just watching the show or reading the manga is enough. And you need to be able to tell yourself when is too far. When am I buying too much into this? And that's not to say you can't buy a statue, you can't buy pins, you can't, like,
if I had the money, I'd have a
posters
Master
up.
Chief statue in my room. Like, if I had the money, it'd be here. It'd be in my room. But I'll settle for a helmet.
I think what I'm just saying is try to
don't fall
be
for the
cautious.
company's ploys to just take all of your money.
Try to be cautious about is the company that's making the item doing it to drain more money from you, or like are they like making it for like a genuine purpose?
Yeah. Like
And I think
the
that
PS5,
like,
they
it's
made
not something
the
you can say to the artist. It's
Yeah.
not something you can say to the artist. It's something that you have to
say
say
to the
about the
distributor
company
and-
that's
yeah.
like the owners of the IP.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just, manipulating you because of your love of what they've built?
Yeah, it's like the PS5. They made the PS5 for Spider-Man 2 and Astrobot. That was it. That was the only thing they made the PS5 for. and then they suck you into it to buy it, and then you're like, shit, there's no other games on this
remastered.
thing. The Last of Us 2 remastered
remastered.
Part 7. And that's how they get you. They get you with a couple little things that you like, and then you get the PS5 and you're like, fuck, dude, there's 5 games on this thing. What am I supposed to do with it? And I can't even play the ones I bought because I don't have a fucking disc tray. And the Sony online's down, so I can't even download my games.
What year did The Last of Us 2 come out?
I don't know. I know Last of Us 1 came out in like 12 or 13. Last of Us 2, 2018?
2020 was the initial.
Damn, that's how
and then they
older.
did a remastered version in like a few years later. Like this is the kind of stuff that you look at and then you go, what is this company actively doing that's like at what point can we say that they're
Was that a Naughty Dog
they're
decision
overdoing
or
it?
was it a Sony decision?
I am unsure. April 3rd, 2025. So they remastered the game 5 years later. If The Last of Us, like if Naughty Dog and the team behind working on like remasters all the time for PlayStation, if they were in charge of like just like older like Fallout or whatever, we'd have like a billion Fallout remasters,
Yeah.
or we'd have like a billion Call of Duty remasters.
Instead, we
Like
got
they were actually
Microsoft that
good.
owns Fallout, and they put the Vault suit in every Call of Duty in the last 6 years. You can play as Soap, but he's wearing a Vault suit. Isn't that sick? Pay me $20. I'm sorry. Not the shit on it. Not the shit on it, but like, yeah, I don't know. Especially with the thing with Sony too is like having a remaster of a game that came out 5 years ago. There's so many dead Sony IPs, so many that are just sitting there rotten in the dust. I love going back. The PS3 and Xbox 360 era is so. I mean, it's nostalgia bait for me. Like I love that shit. It's so nostalgia coded for me.
Hey, remember Killzone?
Yeah, Kills. Okay, to be fair, if I remember correctly, the last couple Killzones that came out sucked. At least from what I remember, popular consensus was that they sucked.
And the last few Call of Duties have sucked coming out. What's new?
Yeah, true. But Killzone
they're still
is
rolling.
Killzone.
They're still rolling.
That's true. Killzone is a very cool IP. I like the Hellgas. That's what they're called, right? Hellgas. It's been a while since I played. I think I played one. Killzone 1 like a couple months ago. I don't really remember, but it's a very cool universe. I like the combat. It's a very unique game, in the sense of shooters for Sony. There's that. I feel like I know Uncharted kind of ended off like yeah, we're done with this. We have nothing else to do. But like I feel like they could come up with different stories for new characters or do like branching stories of like or like little short stories for random characters. I don't fucking know. Little Big Planet hasn't been touched in a while. Instead now it's Astro Boy or Astrobot, which is fine. Astrobot's cool, but like I don't know. Um what other Sony properties are there? I don't know. What I'm trying to get at though is that there's so many dead
Knack.
IPs. Oh. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Never mention Knack again, bro. Did you know they came out with a second
What do you
game?
mean?
Because no one else did.
Hey.
No one else did.
Hey.
They came out with a second game and no one knew about it.
You stop talking about Knack.
It's not
disrespect.
It's not bad.
Knack.
Knack is fine, but it's just like do you want another Knack game or do you want another like God of War? My first ever experience
I think another Knack.
my first ever experience my first ever experience with the PS4 was I went to a Best Buy and they had like a demo thing out and like one of the only like games you could play on it was Knack. And I'm like, I'm not sold, but I still want a PS4.
Oh my god, what about a new Parappa the Rappa?
Oh, when's the last one that came out? Like 2008?
A remastered version of the original game was released in 2017.
Damn, that's wild. That was yeah, like I said, there's so many good Sony IPs and like what I was trying to get at with like the nostalgia thing is I remember I love going back and watching the old PS3 trailers. Like there's the one where it's like all of like Sony's characters that they've created like walking into a bar and it's like Nathan Drake's there from like Uncharted 3, he's wearing his desert gear. There probably some Killzone people. Spider-Man was probably fucking there. I think I don't know, but they had like.
Oh my god, how do we forget Infamous?
Oh my god. Okay, I
how
love,
do we forget Infamous?
Yeah, Infamous is a very because the last one that came out was that one
Second Son.
It was Second Son, but then they came out with like a semi game. Like it's like maybe it was just a DLC where you just played as a different character.
I think it was a DLC.
Yeah, Second Son was good.
It might have been a spin-off. It might have been a spin-off.
Like one of those like you pay $15 for it or whatever, but it's just the same game but on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
But Second Son was really good. The first Infamous I never played too much because I was too young to get into it and like really understand. But I played the second Infamous game. I forget what that one was called, but that one was fucking peak. That is one of the best video games of all time. I'm not gonna say top 10 just because that might be sacrilegious to other
Ape
games.
Escape.
I have Ape Escape on my PSP. I've been playing lately, and it's fucking hard. It's like Ape Escape Academy. But yeah, I mean, Infamous. It's a good series, and like the last one, Second Son, was really good. It had a lot of cool features. I like the you can be an evil Desmond, you can be a good Desmond, you can be a middle ground Desmond. You know, you can be chaotic, neutral, neutral, evil, lawful, good. What the fuck ever. Very cool, and it just sits there. It just rots. It just rots. Instead, give us Last of Us, Spider-Man, which I'm fine with because I like the Spider-Man games. And then God of War. That's it. That's all they got for us.
Mm,
And I don't know. It just upsets me
I'm
because they
still
had a
looking.
lot of cool shit.
I'm still
Bring back Sackboy. I know
looking
Astrobot
at
is like the new mascot, whatever.
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and
a new
Daxter,
Bloodborne.
Crash Bandicoot. I think we got like Crash Bandicoot Nitro Racing or whatever, like remastered or remade, like 2021, I think. I don't remember. That was it. That was the most recent
New
Crash
Sly
Bandicoot.
Cooper.
Sly Cooper would be fire. Ratchet and Clank. I think the last one they made was for the PS4, and it was like a tie-in with the movie or some shit. I don't remember. I don't know.
There was a new. There was a new Ratchet and Clank, like you said, and I remember that one got a lot of play, like real fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have so many good characters and IPs and brands, and they just nah, dude. We're gonna take away buttons on your controller because fuck you. It's like, all right, whatever, dude.
We're gonna give Naughty Dog and Santa Monica Studios everything. We're gonna absorb companies, take their developers, and put them towards Santa Monica Studios and Naughty Dog, and they're only gonna work on remasters.
God, and that sucks because I love Naughty Dog and I love all their games that they've worked on. They're so good at telling a story, and it's just I don't know, man. I could go on all day about how fucking awful it is, but I just be beating a dead horse. Sony is killing gaming. AAA sucks. Kill us all. Kill us all. The Rapture's coming. The Rapture's coming, and Sony's staying on the planet.
I think what's happening right now is there's a lot of these companies want an expectation that they are guaranteed profit. That is not how business works, and that's not how these companies got to where they are right now. They are the people that are making these decisions are weak leaders afraid of failure rather than standing in front of the potential risk and saying, you know what, we're going to make a good game and we're going to make a lot of money by making some innovative decisions. And if we fail doing it, we're not going to stop. That is how you get fans. That is how you get people to stay loyal to your brand and loyal to your company, is by actually innovating and actually willing to take risks and lose money in the hopes that you do something different. And it's like, you know what, we did something different, but it didn't turn out. Does that mean we're going to start playing it safe?
Yeah.
No, because if we play it safe, we're going to stagnate, and when we stagnate, people get angry and they move on, or they'll move somewhere else. There have been people that have stayed playing the same games simply because they don't know what else to play, and gamers are too afraid to move out from what makes them comfortable and go out and take a risk on a game that they haven't, like a genre they haven't touched before, that they might end up liking. And I'm not saying go play I'm saying go out of your comfort zone entirely.
Go
pick up another.
gaming.
If you're somebody that plays shooters or sports games, pick up a strategy or JRPG.
I would start with the
JRPG.
Far
separated from Or if you're somebody that does that, go pick up a story game like any of the Telltale
Oh
games.
yeah, it's something to
Like just
ease
play a
yourself into
game for
something
the like
different.
something to sit back and you're not like, trying to, get better or level up or get or look for a meta
Yeah.
weapon. Get a choice, play different games because they will help you develop yourself as a gamer into something. You'll develop better as a gamer and you'll be more excited about games than just like, we're getting another slop Call of Duty this year, or we're getting another slop NBA game or Madden or college football or some other, what are other,
Just like
like
a
another
yearly,
like
just a
battle
yearly
royale
release
game or
thing. Yeah, just something that comes out every year,
and
and there's very minimal differences. It's
and this
it's fine
goes
to like
for
those
this goes
too,
for
but
everybody that,
explore.
and this goes for everybody that just plays, the same types of games. I think this year I've played a lot. Well, not this year, but like over my time since I've started playing more games, I've gotten into more communities. I've gotten into more like stories and types of games, and like uh I started to really enjoy like strategy and turn-based combat games. I used to absolutely despise them, but as like time has gone on, I've started to enjoy them a little bit more because I started trying to actually get myself to be good at these games. And when you do get good at these games, they are very engaging. There's a lot more thinking that goes into it than, you know, what gun gives me the fastest TTK, or what is the gun that gives me the best movement speed or aim down sight speed, or the combination of all of these items. And half the people don't even do that. Most of them will just look up at what is the meta weapon and what are the meta like perks and what are the meta attachments for this weapon, and then that's it. Or what is the meta archetype for this NBA, and how can I abuse that? And it's just, at a certain point, of course it's going to get boring because you're not actively trying to do anything different. You're not even trying to actively engage in the game that you're currently obsessed with. You're just obsessed with what's the best. And at a certain point it becomes boring because you're doing the same things. And when you try to reach out of that comfort zone within the same game, it doesn't go right because you don't know the basics of the game that you're playing anymore, because you've become complacent with it and just going with the flow, just looking things up instead of doing them yourself.
I was just gonna let you just keep going there. Gonna let you go. Yeah, it's easy to get stagnant. I mean, it's kind of
No,
just like it's
I
kind
like
of just
stopped talking and I'm like, oh no.
it's kind of just like just kind of like a rule of life. It's just like, I don't know, man, just try shit. You never know. Try something. If it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick.
Mm-hmm.
Explore. There's so many games out there. Let these
Exactly.
companies know you want more. Let these companies know you want more.
When you leave out from under these companies and they start to see money stop flowing, it forces them to make decisions that they should have made decades ago. And if they aren't if they what causes them to make that decision is you leaving, then that's amazing because it shows you just how much power you hold as a gamer and somebody and as a consumer for that company. It's important to know that yes, you are one person, but if you yourself stop playing and you can get five other of your friends, that's six total people that are
I mean,
leaving.
it doesn't even have to be
And
your
then
friends,
their
because like if
friends
you're
might.
having that thought, there's no way you're the only human being on the planet that has that thought. So
Exactly,
like,
exactly. But my point was is that you aren't the only person that's getting annoyed and fed up
yeah,
with playing the same game.
tell Sony to
And
go fuck themselves.
If you really want to, there are so many other games. There are so many different types of games, so many different developers, including the world of indie developers, which is entirely different. It's an entirely different topic from AAA. but they're just companies that have so many different experiences out there that you are just completely ignoring, or you tried one game and you didn't like it. Try something else. Like, don't
Support your
just
local indie
and you have to
developer.
want to get out of your comfort zone too.
Support your local indie
You have to want to
developer.
get out
Fuck
of your comfort
Sony.
zone.
Yeah, exactly. Go do something else. Go, yeah, support your indie developers. Fuck AAA. Tell Sony to die. Don't actually do that. Legally I can't say that. Um, don't email Sony zip bombs. Don't do that.
I, you have to want to be. You have to want some things to be able to enjoy them. If you can't just like go, well, I'm gonna hate it, and then you get into you spend your money, and then you get into the game. It's like, well, I hate it, and then you just move on within 5 minutes, or you give it an hour. That's just not how it works. You have to actually engage yourself with it, and you actually have to try. And if it doesn't work, at least you can say you gave it a shot. And it's important to not just go, well, I gave it a shot, and it didn't work, so this is still garbage. Like, try and like go move on to something new and actually look for something that's enjoyable instead of just being just just pessimistic about gaming in general. There are so many games that have come out recently that are doing really well, and there are some that are obviously doing pretty bad. But this coming up September, there's a lot of games coming up because of the fear of GTA 6. Spend some of your time playing those new games that are coming out that you haven't tried before, or like look at their trailers and be like, that actually looks kind of cool, and give it a shot.
Call of Duty's always gonna be there. It's not going anywhere. It's always gonna be there. You know. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to it's a website called lookingfor.game. It's made by, I forget her last name, but her name's Lucy, and I think she was on like, oh, what company was it? It wasn't Game Rant, was it? I don't know, but she was with one of those like gaming news channels or whatever, and she started doing a thing to where if you just sign up for the email, she'll send out, I think it's every Friday, just like a game that she would recommend to people, and like different tastes and stuff, and you can do like your game tastes and like what kind of games you would like to play or whatever, and you can get suggestions and stuff through that. Looking for dot game is what it's called. Like I just got one for a game this Friday. For Sister Other Paranoia. Never heard of it. I looked it up on Steam or whatever it's on, and it looked cool. And I might play it. I might not. But like if you want to get out there and try something new, sign up for this and just get recommendations. Like there's so many people out there recommending stuff. Like take someone else's word for it. Go for it. Pull the trigger.
I think that's all we have
Yeah,
for
I got nothing else to talk about this week.
today.
That was pretty much the big news lately.
Yeah.
Not too much going on. That's
Mm-hmm.
like the kind of big stuff going on. But thanks for listening, guys. There's another episode of the podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Bye bye.
Stay gaming, gamers.
Stay
Bye bye.
gaming. Stay gaming. Bye bye.